Hey, welcome back to the channel. Well, today we're going to do a pretty good painting, I hope. I think it'll turn out well. This is acrylic that I have on here, and you've already seen the thumbnail. So guys, don't forget to like and subscribe for more future videos. Let's get started. All right, let's go ahead and get started here. I've already got a dirty brush I was using on a painting before. I don't have any liquid white anywhere on here because this is all the sky there is right here. So I'm just going to take a little phthalo blue. Here's my palette. It's a disaster. A little phthalo blue, mix it with some white. And I'm just going to start scrubbing. I'm going to have a couple little small distant mountains right here. I'm just going to brush them in. No reason for a knife today. They're pretty far back. And my goal today is just to get some color down on the canvas. This is acrylic, as I said, this stuff right here. It just gives me an advantage to use acrylic because I've already got color down here, really. I just got to put some oil on it. So that's one step, but that's already done. This is I finished one painting earlier today, started another one, and now I'm starting another one. This is my day off. I got to do as much as I can. And this is what I do on my day off usually. I mean, if I can, this is my time to get caught up. I get behind real easy if I ain't careful. And that's pretty much the sky right there. I'm just going to throw some color in on these mountains for now. I think I might make them brown. I think I want the sun, we got to determine which direction, to be coming down from the upper left down to the right. I do believe. Let's see what's on this brush. It's okay. This is brown. I'm going to make some distant brown mountains today. Far back in the distance. And we're just going to scrub it in because this is all dry. Yeah, I like this. I did a painting like this years ago. And I kind of like it. It's got a lot of flowers in it. It's pretty good. Something different, and that's what we do. Try to do different stuff. Don't want nobody to get bored. Don't want nobody to get bored. So we're just going to keep doing this for now. I'll make this side a little lighter because of the direction of the sun. I'm doing this kind of fast because it's kind of boring. But, you know, got to take the good with the bad. I'll just do this fast as I can. Then I'm going to go ahead and put some grass down in here, and we'll get started on something else. I'll probably do some of this off camera because I can't do the whole thing on camera. It'd take forever. I don't think anybody wants to watch a 3 or 4 hour video, or 5, however long it takes. I'm just going to do this real quick right here. As fast as I can, that is. You can only go so fast. I'll work on these mountains a little bit more off camera. I just want to show you what I'm doing basically. Left side of the mountain is going to be lighter. You know, when your canvas is dry, you have to scrub it in. There's no liquid white or liquid clear on this. And this is the way I like doing it. The reason is because when you oil paint, the main problem that you have is your canvas is too wet because oil stays wet for a long time. Well, when you put liquid white on, it makes it wetter. I love the stuff. I use it in practically every painting. This is one of the few, and the reason I didn't today is because the sky's so small. And they're fun to paint, but I prefer to paint on a dry canvas. That's just me. Well, I'm gonna go ahead. Let's go ahead and do some grass. I'll come back and work on them mountains here in a minute. Let's go ahead. I think this brush here might work. Maybe I'll get a little different one. I'm gonna start this grass. This is distant, and the further away something is, the lighter in color. Actually, you know what? No, I think I will do it. I usually don't do it this way, but I'm going to today because it's a small area. I'm just going to come right up to the base of these mountains with bright yellow. Clear up to the base. And of course it's going to start getting darker as it comes toward us. And I'll go ahead and start switching now. I'm going to take some ochre. Yeah, this is not normally how I put my grass down, but there ain't a lot of room right here, to be honest. It's such a small area. I'm just going to go ahead and do it this way today. Just for something different. I usually take another brush, a round brush, and put my collars all down first, then take a 1-inch brush and mix them up. But as I said, this area is just so small. I barely have room to put a 1-inch brush on this, probably. These are shutters. They're going to be red door. I'm sure you could note. I'm sure you noticed that. That's what I'm trying to say. This is going to be a little stone wall right here. Yeah, I think it'll look pretty good. I mean, once we get it done. It looked good the first time I did it, and that was a long time ago. So hopefully it looked better this time. But this is how I typically put grass down. And I'm going to take a little Prussian blue and start adding some. Real dark. Real dark down here toward the bottom. Scrub this in first, get next to these edges. I think I'm going to make this stone. I may change my mind. It may wind up being grass. I don't know. I'm just going to feel this out. Well, I'm going to keep working on this. Finish these mountains and keep working on this. And I will be back. Okay, before I go any further, I want to show you what I'm doing here. I mixed up a tan color, which is brown, white, and I put in some yellow ochre. And I just kind of smeared it, all over the place here. And I'm going to wind up taking this is more yellow ochre here. I'm going to wind up taking my 1-inch brush, and I'm just going to mix all these colors together because I want varied colors on this building. It's not a building, it's a house. And it's going to be dark up here, so I'm not worried about that. This is more yellow ochre I'm throwing here. And I think I'm going to go ahead. This is some dirt right here. I haven't done anything with that yet. I think I'm going to go ahead and throw some ochre down in here. And then I want to mix all this up also. Take some brown. I'll probably just lightly go across this, I'm thinking. with the brush. I want it to look like stone, I think. You know, I change my mind a lot. As the picture develops, I'll determine what I really want here. Burnt sienna. It's kind of orangish. I might throw some of that up in here too. I like nice, varied colors in just about everything I do, because I just think it looks better, you know, for no other reason other than that. I just like how it looks. Throw some over here. More sienna. And I would take some Prussian blue and throw on there, but man, let me get a different brush. Once I do that, your brush is pretty much ruined. But I'm going to do it with a different brush. I'll take some Prussian blue and throw it down here. I would use some Alizarin crimson, but I don't have any out for down in this area, because it's kind of reddish and it's a foreground color. Yeah, once your brush hits blue, man, it's pretty much it. It's over. So what I'm going to do now, let's see what was on this brush. Not bad, kind of a brownish thing, brownish color. Now let's go ahead and I'm just going to mix this up. This is going to be, see how this looks. I mean, I may not like it. We'll just see what this looks like real quick. Yeah, I want this house to be kind of tannish with just some varied colors here and there. Kind of white, tan, however you want to say it. Let's just see what it looks like. I think I'm going to put some more color in here. I want more color in that. I like to have more burnt sienna in it, I believe. I think that's what it's missing. But we got some oil down, so that's good. Let's go ahead and do this. We're just putting some oil down. I'm trying to stay out of this green right here. Green came down a little too far for me. I'm just kind of lightly going over this because I'm getting ready to get into the blue, and you can't go back up once you do that. Once you get in the blue, you can't go back. So now this don't look too bad down in here. I do need more burnt sienna on that. Okay, I just want to show you what I'm doing. I'm going to go ahead and put some more burnt sienna on this. Clean this up right here. Get my stones ready, paint that, and I'll be back. All right, let's see where we're at here now. This painting sat overnight, so it's a little drier than it was yesterday. I am going to start. I went ahead and put some black up here. Got a bush here, got some bushes here. Went over this with some red, alizarin crimson. And then I'm going to start putting some Prussian blue. These are going to be a bunch of leaves is what this is going to be. I'm going to start layering my leaves. This is what I call it. I'm going to start with the dark colors first. And this is just Prussian blue. And I'm going to go over every bit of this and including this down here. Yeah, I like doing it this way. Then I'll come on top of this. I'll have some green, then some lighter green, then some yellow, because the sun is coming down this direction today. So So I'm just going to go ahead and do all this. A painting like this with a lot of flowers and leaves, they take a little longer because there's a lot to do. I mean, I still got to do the shutters and stuff, and do some stone, do the flowers, work on this down here at the bottom a little bit more. These kind of paintings typically take a little longer, but as long as they turn out all right, I mean, it's worth it. As long as they turn out all right. And like I said, this is just Prussian blue. This is my starting color. Well, black was my starting color. Now this is my next to starting color. If that makes any sense, and it probably don't. I am going to keep doing this, and then I'm going to do this down here, and I'll bring you back. All right, let me show you what I'm going to do here. I'm going to put some vines. I went ahead and these stones aren't finished, but I went ahead and marked them out anyway. Finished the Prussian blue I was doing. Did a little bit to the shutter, still got more work to do. But I'm going to take some brown and I'm going to put some vines on this house. I got a picture over here that I'm looking at. I'm going to do it now before I go any further. Let's start right here. I'm just going to run them across this way. And I'm going to bring them down to this bush right here. I'm just using brown, burnt umber. And we'll start with this one. It's got many little vines sticking out of it. And this one right here. Got some up in here. I want them kind of crooked too, I think. I want them a little crooked. Oh, probably got a few right in here. Actually, I'll bring this one on through and tie it in there. Okay, this is just burnt umber I'm using. Got one that looks like it's coming down through here. I'm spinning my brush to keep the paint flowing, because if I don't, I ain't gonna get very far. You have to kind of twist your brush a little bit. Oh, let's put one there. Coming down through there. Maybe another one reaches there. I'll probably have to go over all this again. But this is getting us going, that's for sure. This is certainly getting us going right here. All right. Let's bring this one on down here. This one should be getting a little fatter, because this is coming down to the main trunk area. And it's going to go in behind this bush. Got it a little too straight, I think, for my taste right here. So I'll curve it up a little bit if I can. It's okay if it's fat. It probably should be fat. Let's see, where else do we want one on? That might be good. It might be good. I'll put another one right here. Bring that one there. See, now I can put the leaves on top of this, and it'll look more natural. It'll look like it's up underneath, which is what I want it to do. Let me go ahead and throw a few highlights on these. Sun's coming down this way, so this should be on the left. And not all of it will get highlights. Kind of wipe it off. Every time, wipe your brush off. Bring it on down. Let's see, what else do we think needs some highlights? Maybe this. Probably this. Like I said, I might have to go over some of this again. I'm just doing this quick while you're watching. Just showing you what I'm doing. Yeah, this for sure gets some highlights. And this will. Even if it don't, I'm going to put them on there anyway, just in case. Just in case. And this will. Barely see that one. I'm going to go ahead, I'm just going to throw something on here. This will be just to blend it in this particular area here. I don't want it solid brown. Nothing's really solid. Yeah, I think that looks better. I think that looks better right there. Okay. Well, I'm going to finish work. I'm just going to blend this out a little bit better, and I'm going to start up here on these leaves. And I'll bring you back before I finish because I got to do these, and these. All right, I went ahead and I went ahead and put some shadows. All I did was just take a brush and just put some shadows beside these vines right here. Now I want to highlight some of these leaves up here at the top. I got a fresh pile of yellow, cad yellow light. And I'm just going to place them. We know the sun is coming down this way. I'm just going to place them where I think they need it, where I think it needs some highlight. This is going to mix because all this is wet, and that's fine. That's not a problem. We want it to mix. We're just going to put it where we think we need it. That's pretty much it. I might have to set this down now because I'm going to have to wipe my brush off. Let me get me a paper towel. This is a number 3 round. It's a little big, but this is a lot of area. I normally don't use a brush quite this big when I do stuff like this. Pretty sure, yeah, it's a number 3. But this is a lot of area to cover, so we're going to use a number 3 today. Yeah, we just put them where we think we need it. We know the sun's going to be hitting that part. And we know the sun is going to be hitting right in here. How do we know that? Because that's what we've determined. We've determined that the sun is going to be hitting this right here. And wipe your brush off. I'm lightly touching this. I mean, I could go, but you know, it's kind of going to be defeating the purpose, really, because it's going to blend and there's not going to be any yellow left. And we're going to go back in here and we're going to hit some spots here and there. We're not going to leave this totally empty. but I want to emphasize certain areas. This would be one right here also. Certain areas you want more yellow than other areas. I mean, you can tell that it's different. It's hanging down more. If it's hanging down more, it means it's probably getting more sunlight. At least that's what I would think. I mean, it's your painting, you know, you can make these own determinations. You can, if you see something you think needs some light, some yellow, put it on there. And I want this area a little darker back in here. Up in that area, I want that a little darker. And we know for a fact that the sun's hitting this. I mean, we can just look at this and tell. This is a sun zone if I ever seen one right here. The sun is really hitting this area. Probably hitting this right here too. Probably is. We know it's right here. Anywhere you think the sun is hitting. Might be catching some of that. I don't want it to fade away before it gets up in here. I don't want that dark. Stand back. You have to stand back and take a look. I think for now that's probably okay. I may add or change something here in a little bit. But for now, I think this is okay. All right. I'm just going to put, I think I am, depending on what I want to make this. I'm just going to put a little bit of yellow. Just a little bit here and there. Because I want to put different colors in this. I don't want this yellow to be too overpowering. I'll just throw some in here and there. Yeah, because it probably needs it. It does have green. I think that's probably good. I might do the same right here. Just give it just a little. So I want different colors in this. You know, I am about my colors. I like bright colors. Even though this would be fine, probably just to leave it. I mean, it don't look bad. But we got to have some collars because there's no collars up here. Our collars are going to have to be down here. So I'm just lightly touching it, just putting a little bit of yellow in, not too much. Okay. Looking better. All right, I'll figure out something else to do. Here's plenty to do. I may work on the shutters or I may work on this. Lots to do. Be back in a minute. All right, let me take a few minutes and show you what I'm doing with these stones right here. This is almost finished. I'm going to put some black in between the stones, but these is what the stones will look like. These have not been done yet. What I'm doing is I'm taking some black or raw umber, either one. They're both real dark. Sun is coming down this way. We've determined that. in the bottom right corner of each stone and up along the right side, I'm putting a shadow in. I'll do a few of these for you here. See, this makes it not look flat. This looks flat. This looks three-dimensional. And that's what we're after. We don't want things to look flat. This is a big stone right here. Just in the bottom right area. I got two more to do here, then we'll do the upper left area with some lighter color. Don't have to be absolutely perfect. We ain't trying to build a watch or nothing. It don't have to be perfect. Now I'm taking a little bit of white, a little bit of yellow ochre, and in the upper left corner of each stone, I'm putting a highlight. Just like I said, it doesn't have to be perfect. These are old stones. If it was perfect, they wouldn't look like old stones. They would look like new stones, and we don't want that. Just go ahead and do this edge right here. On every one of them. You have to do this on every one of them. Now, I'm taking another brush. This is a clean brush. And I'm going to barely rub these. Let me pull this painting out a little bit. I'm just barely rubbing back and forth, just barely touching it, just kind of blending. Just blending it up. Barely touching. See, it's just blending it, that's all it's doing. And you got to wipe your brush off. You don't want any paint on your brush. I don't have anything on here. And we're just working our way up. But this is how I do stones. It gives them a three-dimensional look. And that's what you want. You want things to look as realistic as possible. Taking a flat surface, making it look like it has dimensions in it. See, this looks much better than when it was flat looking. We do not like flat. And there you go. I think I missed this one right here maybe. But that's it. That's how you do it. And I'm going to fill these in with some dark colors probably. Make it look like grout. I added some pine trees. I'm not done highlighting those yet. Still got a lot of work to do. Still got to work around these shutters. Got to put all our flowers in down here. But we're making progress. I'll be back in a minute. All right, let me get you caught up on what I'm doing here. I'm just putting flowers in. I got some blue, and I'm taking mixing some white with my blue. And I'm just touching it because the sun's coming down this way. And I'm just giving these flowers some highlights. I think I might make these red because I got blue, 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 and blue just for something different. I really like this color. And we'll wipe our brush off. I don't know what this is called. It's spelled Cerulean. 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 blue. I'm not sure, but that's, I don't know how to pronounce it, but that's how you spell it. I thought it was cerulean, but it's not, I don't think. But it might be. If you know, just leave me a comment. But I just really like that color blue. That's what this is. Especially when you mix it with some white. I mean, it really makes it pop. I like nice, vibrant colors. Makes your paintings look happy, don't it? At least that's what I think. I think it makes them look happy. Let me get some red. Find me a somewhat of a clean brush. This will probably work. I'm going to start with some Alizarin Crimson. And we're just going to put some here and some there, just for some different colored flowers. Then I'm going to put some cad red light on top of it, which is typically what I do. And maybe one more right there. Wipe this off a little bit. Now I've got some cad red light that I'll put on here at the top of it. It's another one of my favorite colors. And maybe a touch of white. Just to top it off. See if we can get some on here. I'm not sure it's making that much of a difference. I mean, I can see it because I'm standing right here, but yeah, that's fine. Okay, that's what I'm doing. That's probably all I'm going to do today on this, and I'll be back tomorrow. I still got to work on this frame a little bit. I think I'll put a big door knock on here, maybe, and maybe a pot or two, because this needs something right in here. A pot or two with some flowers on it, maybe. And we're getting closer. Like I said, these paintings typically take a little longer, but that's okay. I'll see you tomorrow. All right, folks, I'm about ready to finish up here. I put 3 flower pots right here, and I'm going to put some flowers on. I got a couple different colors here. I better not pick that up. I see oil leaking. It'll be all over me. I got some turquoise. This is just something different. I'll put some turquoise flowers in right here, just for a different color. Maybe one there. That's probably good enough, I would say. Let me wipe this off. I got some pale purple that I want to try just for something different. I don't know how it'll look. Probably look like pale purple, won't it? Yeah, that's pale. Put one right there, maybe. Purple ain't too bad. Let's try it up here. Got a pretty good amount out on my palette. I didn't need that much. These are just little small tubes that I had laying around. Oil paint lasts forever if you keep it closed. I've had them for years. Still good. All right, let me put some white on some of this. Let's start here on the pale purple. Let's just see if we can brighten it up a little. Wipe it off. You know, we're making multiple colors, which is what you want. So it's not solid purple. Make it look more realistic. Yeah, I think this might be just about it right here for what we're doing now. Real close to it. I gotta be able to get this to stick. Need to get me a big clump, and I got one. That one's got some texture in it. Let's do the turquoise. I think I missed one right there. How did I miss this one? Okay. All right. I got to do a little bit to my doorknob there, and I think that's it. Well, folks, that looks like a wrap. I think it turned out pretty well. I did add a plant here and a couple red flowers right there. Hey guys, don't forget to like and subscribe for more future videos. And thanks for watching.